All right. Once again, what time is it? I plugged my watch in. It is 2:33 p.m. on Tuesday, March 9th, day 9 of month of Mayhem. Once again, we are here via my phone and having to kind of just figure something out because I still don't have internet here at the house. I'm a little hamstrung on what I can do, so we're just gonna fucking sit here for a little bit, have my amino energy in my shaker cup. We'll finally try these chips out, and then once we're done, I can fucking move on to my workout. Yeah, so the idea I have in my head right now, since I can't actually stream from any other device other than my phone and through my mobile data connection, is that I'm just going to stick to like half-hour streams. In the meantime, just do whatever, figure something out, and go from there. So that's what we're gonna have to do. It's not what I wanted to do this month. Obviously, I was looking to stream every day for at least an hour, even if I was gonna sit down and actually talk. But that's usually because in front of the computer. I'm in a kind of a better state, in a better position to actually stream. And if I start to run dry on stuff, I have other things I can, hey, let me jog my memory a little bit. Or it's like, oh, what are we looking at here? I get on a tangent and I'll go ahead and start looking things up. So right now, right now, I have to work with what I have to work with until the internet here at the house actually gets turned back on. Looking like Thursday for that. And there's not much else I can do for that other than just do what I've already done, and that's point out, hey, fucking's not on. Take care of it. And the folks here that need to take care of it need to take care of it. And when they do that, the person I think that's ultimately going to pay the bill is the person that has to wait to get paid. The other person whose name the internet is in, I don't think gives two shits. They're just gonna kind of right. I mean, they didn't last night. It's not like they even bothered checking. They're just like, oh well, I still have movies I've watched before on the flash drive that's connected to the living room television. They just did that, and then by like 1 a.m. they went back to bed. So not much I can do there. And after my mail key fiasco, after I came back from Japan, and where that was, the mail key was missing for almost a month before. It's probably like 3.5 weeks, yeah, before I actually got back into the country, and then severely jet lagged. I had to go out and get that process started, and that still took 6 weeks before it was ever replaced. It was at least twice as long as they had, quoted me to get the lock replaced, to get the keys. I'm wondering now, because I feel like we haven't had mail the last few delivery days. That might just be, it might just be whatever. But I'm also kind of like, oh God, I hope they. So we got mail when we were supposed to. They said, hey, yeah, it's going to start delivering to the house tomorrow after I got the keys. And that was, picked up the keys on the 1st. And yeah, we saw mail in the mailbox in the 2nd. I want to say the 2nd and the 3rd had them, but I want to say the next 3-4 days, I haven't seen anything in there. So we'll see. At least Limited Run finally shipped my copy of Escaluda 2. So that'll show up whenever, and as long as that gets here properly, then I guess it's working okay. I still got to spend my credit at PlayAsia as well after they canceled my fitness boxing Fist of the North Star order, since the Asian version was supposed to get a physical release, then it didn't, and I'd already paid for it. So they're just like, well, do you want your money back? Do you want it in credit? I'm like, just give it to me in credit. I'll find something to buy. I got to figure out what I want to do with that. But yeah, after that mail key incident and the fact that that took from the point it was lost to the point I finally got the keys. Let's see, 6 weeks on top of, like, let's say 3, 9 weeks. Yeah, 3. Well, yeah. Let's see, about what, 2.5 months altogether. Much longer, and I'm repeating myself when I say it. I knew the moment I was told the key's lost, I'm like, this is going to fall on me. I'm going to have to take care of this because no one else is going to. No one else has enough Drive's maybe not the right word. That's the motivation, I think, is probably a better term to use there. No one else has enough motivation. Sorry about the bad lighting too. I had like 2 lights on in here and it doesn't fucking matter. But what the hell am I watching? Masterpiece Theater. Oh, it's an episode of Father Brown. I left this on PBS earlier and haven't turned it off. But yeah, I knew the moment I found out about it, I'm just like, this is going to happen because the people that can take care of it right now, I couldn't do anything. It was like early, mid fucking... Actually, no, I think it was like late February, but I'm like, I'm not going to be home for a few weeks. I can't do anything about it, so you guys have to take care of it. But I knew when it was told to me, I'm like, you're not going to take care of it. It's going to have to be. And in this case, at least there, I knew I could go down, I could at least pay for it, I could get the process started and get it taken care of. In this case with the internet, it's like, it's not my name. The person that should be paying the bill isn't, so it's falling to somebody else, but he's waiting on it. Like, I don't have access to that. That woman's dead. She just got ran over. Not graphically, but, I guess as graphic as you can pull off in a Masterpiece Theater PBS show. But yeah, I mean, I could pay for it, but that's the same. That's what I pay my rent for. Like, that's all kind of bundled in. Like, it shouldn't be. I briefly had thought maybe something we had gotten the internet shut back down because somebody was looking up something they shouldn't be, which was it like December, January, where I was trying to look up Batman comics just on a whim, and I was like, oh, and then it fucking got shut down because they're like, Warner Brothers must have pitched a fit about it. I'm like, I didn't even download anything. I was just looking for something, and for 10 minutes, and then that was it. And that was the first time I had that happen. I don't know why I'm putting that over there when I should have it here. I don't know. I haven't had that happen, not ever, but haven't had that happen in a while. So I was a little embarrassed about it. So it could be that too, but it could very well be just the bills due. I have no idea. So in the meantime, that's just where it's going to stand, and it's until that gets taken care of, we're stuck with this. So I got to make sure that I set up something every day to be able to go, okay, let's just at least keep going, and let's keep. It's not going to be how I wanted to do it, as I said, but it will at least keep things going so I don't just stop streaming. I actually meant to be on earlier. I woke up about 9:30-ish. Not the time usually I've been waking up, but I was like, oh, I've only been asleep like 4.5, maybe 5 hours, and I was like, okay, I don't want to be up, but I might as well get up. So I said, fuck it. I got up, had my breakfast, had my cranberry orange muffin, since we went to Sprouts yesterday and picked some of those up, and said, okay, let's have this and let's see if we can get motivated. And I was like, no, I'm still tired, and I fucking actually laid back down and like drifted in and out of sleep for maybe, well, it was like until like 2 o'clock. It was just, I turned on the TV and it was just like, yeah, no, it's like I wasn't really intending to fall asleep. That was probably around 11. I just kind of, I guess, napped. I don't know. I'm still kind of tired. That's why I'm glad I got the pre-workout going. That'll take a little bit to kick in anyways. I'm not like trying to down it. It's like, no, just let it do its thing. The amino energy from Optimum Nutrition definitely does not do the same job as the gold standard. That will take a full serving of that. You'll be humming along pretty good, and you'll be ready for a workout. But this should be good enough to at least get me rolling for the 15 minutes or so that I'm shooting to do every day still, which I have been pulling off. It's not too bad. So a couple of those days, it's going for walks. So it's more than 15 minutes a day, and it's more than 15 minutes per walk. So I'm at least hitting those. But today I think I might do some ring fit and get something a little bit different in. It's starting to get warm out there again, unfortunately. Yesterday I think the high was like, oh, did it not get up that? Maybe it didn't get super high yesterday. It wasn't hot. It was warm though. So it's in Celsius. It's been in the low 30s. So it's been in like in the mid 80s or so, mid to high 80s Fahrenheit. I think by beginning of next week it's up to 36, so we're starting to get back into the 90s, and it's starting to get warm. So I'm hoping I don't have to like go pick up errant mail that's ending up back at the post office, because that's still a little too long of a trip to make, given the distance. Air conditioner is about to turn on if you can hear that. I don't know why I'm pointing it out. That's why I was like, yeah, I don't want to have to go back down and try to pick stuff up, because it feels like such a waste of time going down there for any reason. I was so glad when they gave me the keys last week. I was like, oh, thank Christ. It's like, I don't want to have to keep doing this. At the very least, DNC had picked me up, since we were doing stuff on both of those days anyways. Like the last 2 Mondays I had to go down and pick stuff up. Plus, I was also, I got to finally send out my parcel to my friend Brandy and get stuff that I got for her from Japan. At least finally got that to her, so good enough. I sent that out, and I was just like, shit, I don't have. I missed a couple of things. I was meant to give her. I have these tubs of Kuromitsu syrup, little portion cups, because you find those basically not the Kuromitsu, but you find like little portion cups of like gum syrup or 0-calorie syrup as sweeteners for coffee, especially at Konbini. If you go into 7-Eleven or Family Mart, I think they all have coffee machines at this point, but 7-Eleven and Family Mart were the ones I usually was getting it from. And when you go up to the counter, you can buy your cup there, and then when you have your cup, you go over to the machine and you pop it in there, and there's separate buttons on the machine that'll let you know, okay, what do you got? Did you buy a cup full of ice that's labeled this, like iced coffee or latte or whatever? Or did you get a paper cup that's for hot beverages? Which one did you get? What's the size? Then you go over there and you make the coffee. It'll pre-grind the beans. A lot of 7-Elevens here are starting to do that, where if it's something that's been built within the last year or two, maybe even 3 years, because there's one here in Las Vegas I used to live near, on the corner of Rainbow and Sunset, that opened just before COVID, and that one was set up that way, and a lot of the newer ones are set up the same way, but they'll have hoppers up on the top, and just make coffee. Same way, Japan's got that, hoppers up at the top, dispense the coffee, make the coffee, and then you have everything else that you need. Like if you want creamer, I think you have to either add it through there. I don't remember if they had little portion cups for that off the top of my head. I don't think I have a photo of that to go back to and look at. I never got that on camera either. But at least with those, they always have little tubs of syrup. That way you don't have to deal with granulated sweetener. It's like you just pour it in. It's already liquid. Mixes in really well. I don't know why they called that one gum syrup. It wasn't like made with like any kind of weird gums, like natural gums you would get from a tree. It's just sugar syrup, simple syrup, and then you have a 0-calorie one. Anyways, yeah, I got a number of those. I bought a bag of black sugar syrups from Caldi, and I was like, Caldi Coffee Farm, and I was like, oh, well, I should send her some of these, and I thought I'd put them in the box and then didn't bag them up in like a Ziploc bag, just in case any of them decided to rupture. Maybe hopefully it will all stay in the bag, and problem solved. Is that guy got a shotgun? No, it's a rifle. What is happening in this episode? I don't even know this show other than times I've run into it. I know it's a period drama and it's British. That's it. But anyways, yeah, I didn't end up putting any of those inside the parcel, and I meant to write her a letter as well, because she used to write me a lot of letters. It's not something that she stopped doing for any particular reason other than we just don't send parcels a lot to each other, and I know getting that kind of thing together and getting a letter written, like, it's a whole process for her. And sometimes you just can't be arsed to do it. Like, it's a lot of work. I understand it. Like, she's been a friend of mine for a very long time. And she's had a rough go over the last few years. So certain things just are harder to do overall. But at least I was able to get that stuff to her. I do have more stuff I need to send to my mom, and I don't know. My intention was to hopefully go up there soon. I probably can still. It's a matter of getting a ticket to that area and then finding a place to stay for a couple of days. And it's like at least then I can just bring the stuff to her and just go here. It's not a whole lot, but it'd be nice to get it to her soon. I guess I could have sent it for maybe like Mother's Day, but I don't think Mother's Day is already passed yet. Maybe I still have enough time to at least find I got a couple of empty boxes somewhere around here that I could put that in there. And someone still got shot. What is happening in this show? Oh, he's taking off. Bye. But yeah, anyways, if I could at least send that to her, it'd be nice. I haven't seen my mom in a few years anyways, or for a visit, since they don't live in the same, none of my family lives in the same state as me. But yeah, I know the rest of today since this is not going to take very long and my workout won't take very long, I'm at least going to take advantage of the time. One upshot of not having a longer stream and having most everything else done, because I already have my YouTube short up for the day, which is strange because it's the only view it has is the one that I gave it to make sure that it was uploaded. And I've had like one other one where that happened, and it was the one I put up, I want to say while I was still there, and it was of the Super Mario train on the line that runs along towards Universal City Station in Osaka. And I put it up, and I figured like all the other train stuff I was doing pretty decent for me, and it like got like no views. And I woke up today and I was just like, oh well, it's been like 8 hours since I put this one up. Like, what's there? I'm like, that's it, the one view. I'm like, what is happening? Which is weird because every other fucking short that I've put up, in the last week and a half, that's all done okay. Some better than others. That's just how it works. It's weird when you put something up like that and nothing happens. Like, especially for a short. Like, shorts usually filter into, the rest of the shorts ecosystem. And like, I've run into my own stuff on the main page where it's like I'll refresh the page because I'm perusing it for stuff I want to watch, and I'm like, wait, why am I being shown my own shit? That doesn't make any sense. And I realize, oh, it's on there for a brief bit. That's where the majority of your views are at. It's like you'll top out like 2,000, and then it just drops off, and then it never gets seen again. That's kind of a bad thing about shorts, is that you can put a bunch of those up. I guess they must show to your subscribers, but like you hit your views and then they're just gone. And I'm like, I guess there's no discoverability for those beyond a certain point. Maybe that's the point. It's like you're putting something up, and I'm like, all these are archived for a reason. It's like if they disappeared like Instagram or Facebook stories do, where they're up for 24 hours, you can view your own archive, and you can maybe make some of those available for people to see. Like Instagram, if you go onto my Instagram account, you can see pretty much every story I released basically from like January 30th up to like March 16th into one little, I guess, playlist. I don't remember what they call them, memories or whatever. But it's kind of like, okay, you can do that way, but for the most part, you can't see them. They're up for that short for a reason. It's kind of why I think they fell out of favor on Instagram for Reels, because Reels are something that are kind of there, and I believe you can make them longer as well, because there is a hard cap to that. But shorts are always there. Like, you can always go onto somebody's page and find them. So I feel like they should be more in the rotation. I don't know if they're in the rotation of stuff that if you search for it, unless you're deliberately searching for shorts, but I don't think you can do that either. And I don't think they show up in like the regular search algorithm. Maybe it's a good thing it's not, because I can imagine how cluttered that would be now, because you're going to have a lot of people that are making shorts potentially also daily, just as not as for me where I'm doing it for a month just to give myself a challenge to shoot for. It's no, these creators are putting this shit out every single day just as part of what they do, which is kind of weird. I feel like I know some creators and it's like they do pretty well for themselves and they do not do that shit every day. So I guess it's more if you're established, you don't have to worry about it, or I guess you also don't have to worry about discoverability quite as much when you know you have a steady income stream. So I'm just doing it to do it. Whatever. All right, let's get to these chips because we're under 10 minutes ago in this stream. If we go over 30 minutes, I really don't give a shit. So found these tangy ketchup Doritos at Walmart yesterday. They had only in a small bag. They were a part of a display that also nearby they had full-size bags, and they were doing pardon me, sorry, in my face. They were part of full-size bags that they brought back the Doritos roulette, which I remember them doing the roulette, and it was nacho cheese, and then you might get unlucky unless you're really looking for it, and you might get one that's fucking spicy. They were doing Cool Ranch. That's Cool Ranch roulette. It's the same thing. It's either Cool Ranch or it's spicy, which I was like, okay, I'll get those. They had limon as well, where it was, I guess the roulette chip is super sour, which sounds interesting as well. So I might have to go back and try to find a bag of those. But I also got another thing. I guess I can just talk about it because I'm going to have to eat it on here, and I might do it tomorrow as well for lunch. They had one left. I finally got a hold of the breakfast cup noodle that was available only at Walmart. I don't know how much longer. I know with the Walmart I was at, I was like, oh, please tell me you have some like in stock. I don't have to like order these online through you guys and have them ship them to me. And they said they were in stock, and I spent like 15 minutes wandering around a couple of different aisles. Like, I don't fucking see these until it was at the top shelf, not at the overstock shelf, but at the top shelf. I finally saw the cardboard container that usually like a cup noodle or any other instant noodle is contained in, where it's like usually it's packed in that, it's in plastic normally when you would get it on like a pallet full of items when you get your deliveries, and then you can unwrap that and then pop it right on there. And I was like, okay, cool, I found just one. So I was hoping to buy like 2 or 3 because they're only like $1.19 a piece. They're really cheap, more expensive than like, maybe a Maruchan instant lunch or something like that. But I wanted to try it out because it's like, if I like it, I want another one. We're going to see, though. Because if you haven't seen it, it's like pancakes and sausage and eggs and maple syrup flavored cup noodle. A little weird. Now, I've had like vanilla Christmas cake yakisoba before, like years ago, where that was kind of the same idea, where it's like, let's take something that is normally very savory and let's make it sweet. Like even the flavoring oil is got like vanilla or other sweet things. That person's dying again. Who's dying? Oh, that's you. Okay. I'm sorry. Like I keep looking over and it's like, oh, that guy just vomited. What is happening in this show? Oh, I think he might be having a seizure. People dying, having seizures. And he's gone. But yeah, the vanilla cake yakisoba, that was interesting. Because yeah, the flavoring oil was like, had sweetness to it. And then you had like a vanilla frosting instead of the sauce, like the normal yakisoba sauce that you would put over it. And I think there were sprinkles with it too. And it's like, okay, this doesn't taste bad. It's just weird. And that's where I'm kind of like, how is this going to be? Because these flavor combinations would probably be fine, except it's going to be in a sauce form, and I'm assuming the noodles have to be your standard crinkly bag. The noodles have to be your standard cup noodle, Nissin cup noodle variety. All right. Don't want to eat too many of these because I also want to record something for Instagram later, so I don't want to. I want to have something where the bag still looks pretty full. And that just smells like corn and it's like sweetness. I'm assuming after the hot mustard flavored Doritos, which I actually kind of enjoyed, but they're a little weird too, this is going to be like it looks like ever so slightly different nacho cheese Doritos. But I mean, the hot mustard nailed that flavor completely, so I'm assuming this is going to be the same way. All right, here we go. At least I got one. Ooh, that's a kind of a sour hit, tart hit at the end. It was the same way with the hot mustard. Like, it got a little overwhelming if you ate a bunch of them together. Okay. I'll grab one more. Yeah. I'm surprised how well these held up. I had to get these home, and usually bags of chips, they'll get destroyed. Wow. That is really tart. Is it like a lot of vinegar? Is that near the top? No. Corn, vegetable oil, sugar, less than 2% of the following: tomato powder, sodium diacetate, salt, onion powder, maltodextrin to bulk up the seasoning powder, garlic powder, natural flavors, yeast extract, which I'm wondering if that's replacing MSG in this case, because these do tend to have MSG in them. That's just fine. Whatever. You don't have to use a lot, and most people get weird about MSG. I don't. There is citric acid in here, molasses, artificial color, whatever. It tastes like ketchup. It's just a very, very tart ketchup. I almost wonder if that would supposed to be like more mellow. Okay, more people are dying in this show. Sorry, I keep diverting. They don't give me any information on what the episode's about. Like, usually if you flip through the channels, you can get information at the top. And you're like, oh, what's on right now? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Nope, nothing. Yeah, like, I've never had ketchup-flavored potato chips from Canada. And I know it's a popular flavor up there. And I don't know if that one... And some water after that. I don't know if that one... like has more of a tart flavor, if it's like more of like a kind of the sweetness of ketchup and the flavor of ketchup, and I don't know why I'm looking down here, instead of like the more tart aspect, the vinegary tartness of ketchup, which you can have. Interesting. It is good though. Oh man, I should have got another hot mustard flavor then. Combine the hot mustard with the ketchup. Now you just need a hot dog or hamburger flavored Dorito, and you just put it in there, and in between the two, and you're like, okay. Or maybe you do like two of those, and then one of each of the hot mustard and ketchup, and then you're like, hey, what do you know? Instead of eating a hot dog, I'm just gonna make it more complicated than it needs to be. That's my blueberry lemonade I think I've got for the amino energy. This is good. I think I had that with my last Gold Standard, and like it's good. Like, I haven't had a bad flavor from Optimum Nutrition for their pre-workouts, and they don't fuck you up. They don't look like they're going to be chock full of stuff where you're like, I don't know what the fuck that is and what that's going to do to me. And that's the common complaint I see with pre-workouts is some people are like, there's just a lot in here, and you almost have to take a half a serving instead of a full serving, because it's like you might get too fucking jittery, too energetic. If there's too many B vitamins or niacin in there, that is just going to make you feel... You want to feel warm, you want to feel loose, but you don't want to feel like shit. You want to take it, let it wait, let it settle in your stomach a little bit, and then be able to run just straight into your workout and get it done while you still have the energy. So yes, I would recommend at least trying them, because it's so weird. Like, kudos to Doritos, hey, it rhymes, for doing weird shit, because I feel like chip brands, all brands here need to kind of step up their game and do crazy stuff. Like the breakfast cup noodle was one of those things where I'm like, I don't even know if they would do this. They do this sometimes in Japan as a joke, but they usually have enough like cup noodle flavors in general, just not jokey flavors, but them just trying more shit. Where it might be, oh yeah, this is a a laksa flavor. This is like a Thai green curry flavor. Here's a yan yum chicken flavor from Korea, or whatever. At least attempting to do something. Whereas usually it's the yakisoba brands that'll be the ones where it's like Peiyang will be like, look, let's make something that's literally 2,000 calories. Where it's more fucking noodles than any human has any business eating. Okay. It is just after 3 o'clock. We have hit our 30 minutes, so that's good. I managed to at least ramble on long enough. I don't expect these streams to do terribly well, but that's okay. It's more about consistency, sticking to my goal, getting those things done, and then moving about the rest of my day. And yeah, hopefully, I don't know about today obviously today we're done. If I hopped on later, it wouldn't make any difference. Tomorrow, I'm assuming we'll be back with this kind of setup. I'll have my breakfast cup noodle and basically go from there. And Thursday, maybe we'll be back. Thursday might be another one of these. So I'm hoping by Friday we'll be back in business. I can stream from my PC, play some games. We can start up Klonoa, Fantasy Reverie series, and get going on there. I do have a quick note. I'm probably going to add that as a note as well for Metroid Prime. I think a lot of the problems I had with that as far as controls are concerned, and I might fire it up again just to fuck around with it, might be due to the twin stick control, considering I didn't realize that the GameCube version, I believe the beam setup for swapping them was assigned to the C stick, which would make a hell of a lot more sense. Because if you had visors on D-pad and also swapping beams on C stick, those are independent of one another. You don't have to press a button for anything. I think the only thing that would be different would be kind of how strafing is and lock-on would be handled. But that would be a lot quicker, and that's kind of the thing I was thinking of. Like, you should just be able to fucking do this much, much easier. And especially since some of the other buttons are assigned to the shoulders, I feel like there would be enough things going on where you probably could have done it. But I do wonder with some of the other control schemes if there would be something that would take away. Obviously, the game still has problems with combat and some navigation problems. But like that's more older design than anything else. I gotta make sure to make a comment on that last stream, even though those VODs are always unlisted because they're long, and if I was making those live every day, I know I'm gonna piss somebody off just because of daily uploads, and I think I went live on all of those Like a Dragon Ishin videos, and I'm sure I lost a couple of subscribers because I was just like, here's 10 things all together, and it's like, oh yeah, that's going to look bad, so I just made those unlisted again. So all of that stuff usually is just within the separate Twitch-related playlists on my page. The Golden Guy video went live yesterday as well, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out. I'll probably promote that a little bit more heavily elsewhere just to get people to check it out, because that took longer to get together than I'd hoped, but at the same time, it's finally out, and it's kind of the prelude. I need to get some other stuff. I have some material I can use for shorts that I shot around March, especially a nice view of Tokyo Kabukicho Tower. That now it's open. It opened in April, but by the time I was walking around Shinjuku, it's like it was just shy of opening. So. That would be nice to show off in a couple spots that I know where buildings have been removed or being renovated. Just little things I can put up, but I have to edit those into videos for the format for shorts, and then actually get them uploaded. And I can't do that until the internet's back on, but it gives me at least like 3 shorts to work with. But yeah, at least for the rest of today, and I think I might have trailed off earlier. Once I'm done with my workout, yeah, I'm going to start getting into collating footage and getting at least the first 2 or 3 videos for the Yokohama Like a Dragon comparison series off the ground. Get B-roll recorded from those, go through all that. Probably no editing work done today, but at the very least, if I can start getting the B-roll done and getting everything in their own folders, so I have all that footage in one spot, good. That means I can start working on them. I was thinking about it last night, and I kind of have ideas about how I want to put them together. And then it's also, I got to make an intro for that series, as well as make an intro for Like a Dragon, for the Onomichi. So if I can kind of put together stuff that is reminiscent to when you hit the title screens on those games, cool. We'll see if I can pull it off. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to go get my workout done and get the rest of the day, the rest of the afternoon rolling. I've at least got my stream done today, so I'm glad. I felt bad about cutting it off earlier yesterday, and it is what it is. You got to work with the hand that you have dealt to you right now, and I'm not gonna stress too much about this. All I know is there's ways for me to continue to hit my daily goals during the month of May, and that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep doing that. I'm not going to let this stop me. I have enough roadblocks. I have enough mental roadblocks and other shit in my life that I'm not going to let this kind of halt me. I'll work around it. I'll do what I can, and I'll keep things going, and that's just how it is. So, yes, probably the same time tomorrow, about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, unless I figure I can hop on a little bit later for a stream, and we'll keep going from there. That's it for me. Stay safe, stay well. Watch out for weirdos. I think I'm going to change that. I think I might drop the watch out for weirdos part. Because weirdos can mean a lot of things. I usually mean like actual weirdos, like people that might give you shit. But then there's like good weirdos, like me. I'm probably overthinking it. But yeah, stay safe, stay well. We'll catch you guys next time. And if you're watching the VOD, thank you very much. Somebody here, but thank you. I'm not going to call you out. Something I also have to, I think I've gotten a lot better at, where I just, if you're here, you're here. If you're not chatting, that's okay. It's whatever. Making an appearance is important. You don't need to be calling people out on that shit. Just, if they're there in any way, it's all that matters, man. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to stop rambling now. Yeah, stay safe, stay well. We'll catch you guys next time with probably breakfast cup noodles. So get ready. That should be fun. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow.